First of all, thanks everyone for coming out tonight. I'm glad you could all make it. We are the UAH Freethought Club. I've got the roll sheet here. If you could write down your email address, we'll add you to the mailing list. Let you know what's going on, keep you up to date. There's also a space for your name and phone number. The Huntsville Times would like to do a phone interview. So if there's any volunteers that would like to be contacted, we'd really appreciate that. And hopefully they can write an article to get some publicity out.
Wait, who's contacting us?
The Huntsville Times for a phone interview.
Cool.
So we're the UAH Freethought Club. And I guess I'll explain a little bit about what freethought means. I like this Bertrand Russell quote, if you can see it, a little cut off. But basically it says freethought is coming to your own conclusions without inheriting from your elders or anyone else for that matter. Freethought is also another word for being non-religious. So non-theist, secularist, separationist, humanist, that kind of thing. Of course, we also welcome religious people. It keeps the debate more exciting to see some opposing points of view. So anyone's welcome to come. So that's our Facebook page. Join us. Keep up to date with that. Our plans for the year, we'd like to do something similar for the NAFA Skeptics in the Pub. And for anyone not familiar with that, basically we'd like to get a group of people together, have someone give a short discussion, a short presentation, and open it up for discussion after that, and have a debate, and then socialize, get together, hang out, have a good time. Is there a question?
Did you say pub? I heard pub in there somewhere.
I'll let Blair talk about that later.
Okay.
Yes. Beer and strippers.
Of course, we're open to suggestions. If anyone has a better idea of what we can do to make this club better, you can talk to any of our officers. Daniel, raise your hand. Adam and Andy would be willing to hear ideas. We'd like to show a few movies throughout the year as well. So that's what we plan on doing. Last year, we had a similar schedule. We had a professor come and give a talk on Buddhism. We had a couple of our members give presentations, and we showed a few movies. So that's what we're all about. If you'd like to give a few words about what the NAFA group is all about.
Yeah.
If you don't mind.
Sure. Absolutely.
So we're not affiliated with NAFA, but
We're
they do a lot of good things. Yeah.
Has been. North Alabama Freethought Association, basically it covers the entire North Alabama, hence the name. We do have members as far away as Scottsboro, Fort Payne, Gadsden, Lawrence, etc. The main point of the group is pretty much what the focus of this group is, to get people together that have a similar point of view, so that one, we know we're not alone, and to build a community up around that. And then also to get involved in separation church state issues, etc. We have an incredibly busy calendar. We have something going on at least once a week. Every Saturday is a coffee social at Ingalls Island on South Memorial. Every Sunday is a bagel social on the Madison side of Bruegger's Bagel. The second Friday of each month is movie night. The third Friday of each month is our dinner. The last Sunday of each month from April to October is a picnic, which is when most of our family and kids show up. And then we try to have parties now and then. In fact, Saturday is our 80s party. And
80s party!
Coming up in October, we have the Freethought-toberfest, which is where we get together and drink a bunch of beers and get drunk. Nothing more fun than a bunch of drunk atheists. And then of course we also have the 2 camping trips twice a year, in the spring and the fall as well. The Skeptics in the Pub is something we're working on doing right now. And basically what that is you have a 10-minute discussion, or 10-minute speech and presentation on something skeptical, whether it's about ghosts, psychics, whatever, it doesn't matter. Some kind of skeptical subject. And then you open it up for Q&A, discussion, and then you just sit around and have a few beers and enjoy each other's company. We'll be doing that. What it seems like now, based on the polling data that we've done, is that's going to be on Thursday evenings once a month. And if we need to go to 2 a month, if it's that popular, then we'll look at it then. But you guys are absolutely welcome to attend NAFA events. You know, utilize the resources that are in the community for you. The other resource that I would like to touch on, if you don't mind, is American Atheists. American Atheists is a national organization that's represented here in Huntsville because I'm the Alabama State Director for American Atheists. Up here on the counter, I have some copies of American Atheist magazine and some buttons. Those are free to the taking. Grab one if you want. The separation of church, state, and mosque buttons, and then also, what is that, June's? I think that's June's copy of American Atheists. But and I also have some business cards up there, so feel free to take them. My job in Alabama is to keep an eye on discrimination issues and harassment issues and separation of church-state issues that come up and take care of those. So if you run into a problem, by all means contact me, and that's what my job is. I'm here to protect you guys when you need it. And that's it. Thank you.
Thanks, Blair.
Good job.
So that's what NAFA is about. That's what we're about. I'm sure the reason that you're all here tonight, though, is for the debaptism. So let me explain a little bit why we're going to have a debaptism. I think because not enough people make fun of religion. Now,
Sweet.
Let me explain my line of reasoning. In The God Delusion, Dawkins starts out and gives a quote by Douglas Adams explaining that religion has got these sacred and holy ideas that no one's allowed to make fun of. And there's no reason behind it. It's just something you don't talk about. And he goes on to list, you can discuss politics and economics, Mac versus Windows, but not religion. That's off topic. Daniel Dennett gives another good reason. I think he explains that religion, it's got this mystical aura surrounding it. There's certain magic associated with it, and people don't want to investigate it scientifically, or you're going to break the spell, which is the title of this book. So, people don't like you treading on the religious values. I think this leads to religions feeling a little bit of immunity, that people with religious faith can get away with things that normally you couldn't get away with, in the name of freedom of religion. If you're familiar with God Hates Fags, say, the anti-gay protest at the Soldiers' Funeral not too long ago, a few years ago, where the Danish cartoons in that uproar in London with the Muslim protesters. So, my solution to this is people need to make fun of religion and let other people know it's not sacred and holy. You can't get away with anything you want. It's just as natural as everything else. So, we're going to have a debaptism service, which is all in good fun. I wouldn't put too much ceremony behind it, since we're not supposed to believe in magical rituals. For anyone not familiar with baptism, there's basically two main flavors. Infant baptism, going the Catholic route, and baptism I'm more familiar with, which is a declaration of your faith. Whenever you become Christian, you're supposed to get baptized to let everyone else know that you're a Christian now. So tonight we're going to have a debaptism, which is going to let everyone else know I've lost my faith. So, Brian, would you mind coming up here?
I do have one question for you, Ben.
Okay.
First of all, I love this building. I've never been in here before. I graduated 4 years ago. Can we get YouTube on this thing? There's a commercial I'd love to show.
You can, but my laptop won't let you.
All right, that's no problem. I'll just suggest you Google Subgenius commercials on YouTube. It's really weird. I guess before we start, I'd like to take just a brief minute, Ben, if I may, to talk about the Church of the Subgenius.
Okay, go ahead.
This was founded by the self-appointed Reverend Ivan Stang in the 1970s. That's not his real name. It started as a parody of Scientology. The whole idea was that all the religions, they're pretty dumb. I don't have to convince you of providing the evidence. We're all in the same room. But some of the newer ones, like Mormonism and Scientology, they get seen as goofy because they're new. well, it's not really any dumber or sillier than all the others, it's just that it's more recent, and you question it a little bit more.